Hey everyone, it's Charlie at ManyGeek, and I want to talk about something that is behind the philosophy of ManyGeek, and that is, what is being a geek? You know, there's geek, and there's nerd, and everyone likes to create a definition for both of them, but I don't really see a huge dividing line. Really what I see is the importance of what the word geek means, at least to me. You see, for me, being a geek doesn't just mean comic books and fantasy and sci-fi, and it's not genre specific. Being a geek to me is the way that you dig into the things that you love. You know, in the case of sci-fi and fantasy, a lot of people really dig into those worlds. They get to know them really well. They go off, they read fan fiction, they read the novelizations, they watch the movies, the TV shows, everything out there in the universe that they can possibly get a hold of. But geekdom can apply to a lot of things. I like to think that I'm kind of a football geek from time to time, and there are a lot of people out there like me. I love fantasy football. I love the statistics that go into football. That to me is geeking out about something. It's digging into it. That's really the thing that separates your average interest from a geek. Someone who geeks likes to geek out about stuff. I geek out about a lot of things. There are music people out there who are music geeks. You know, they really get into music theory and the structure of songs. Or maybe they really just dig into indie music and they know the different publishers out there and they can list off to you every single major record house since the 1920s. They know the history of music. They have specific knowledge that not everyone has. That's what being a geek is all about to me. That's why I titled the site ManyGeek, because there are all different kinds of geeks out there, and not one of them is wrong. They're all right, as long as they're doing it for the right reasons, because they love it, because they really care about it, because it's something that interests them, because it is their honest-to-goodness passion. Now, I've got a lot of things that I geek out about, and I'll be sharing them across the site all the time. But what I really love is to hear what you are geeking out about there, ManyGeek Nation. What really creates excitement for you? What are you digging into that you realize, hey, I'm kind of a geek for this? Everyone has their own little thing that they geek out about, whether you know it or not. And let's not exclude business geeks. I'm a geek for marketing, as it turns out. That, for me, is my business geek side, something that I love to talk about. There are obviously political geeks out there, people who really dig into politics and know all the nuances. Now, rarely will most of these folks label themselves as geeks, but the way that I see it, that's what they are. They're geeks. I hope they're okay with that, because I'm okay with being labeled a geek, whether I'm talking about comic books, politics, music, or sports. So enjoy being one of the many geeks out there. Being a geek should be a point of pride. You know something about a particular subject you love that no one else really seems to know much about. That's pretty cool. Now, the other factor about being a geek, and I think this is important in the geek world, is you're not doing it to be condescending. You're a geek because you love it. You're not a geek because you want to throw it in someone's face. You'd rather welcome someone in and teach them all about the world that you love. It's about having a really positive, detailed outlook on certain things that you love. And that you embrace those things, and you want other people to embrace them too. So are you one of the many geeks out there? I'm sure you are. Share your passion with me. I'd love to hear about it. If you have some cool contributions for the website, I'd love to see those too. So I'm Charlie Mann over at ManyGeek, greeting all the geeks out there and saying, welcome. We've got something for everyone.